The Galactic Concord had many laws, some ancient, some new, but none as controversial or feared as Article 79A, the deployment ban on human combat personnel in interstellar warfare. The article wasn't born out of diplomacy. It was born out of terror. 1. The trigger. The year was 3179 Earth Standard. The Vrahl Dominion had launched a brutal campaign against several Concord member species. Their forces were vast, efficient, and remorseless, systematically crushing resistance in the outer colonies. Planetary defense networks fell, orbital fleets shattered, and billions died. The Concord convened an emergency assembly. Every race sent ambassadors, military advisors, and fleet admirals. But when the humans entered the room, the silence was thick enough to shatter starlight. General Marin Carter, representing the Terran Defense Forces, stood motionless in the center. "We're offering our assistance," she said. "No," said Admiral Rass of the Hellion League, a serpent-bodied tactician. "We remember what happened at VLEX 9. The murmur started. The VLEX 9 incident, a conflict where a single Terran battalion held the line against an entire armada for 6 weeks. When reinforcements arrived, the enemy had been eliminated. Not defeated, not scattered, erased. Civilians, infrastructure, fauna, nothing survived. Even now, 3 years later, VLEX 9 was a dead rock. Not even microbial life had returned. Carter didn't flinch. "You want to stop the Vrahl? You let us fight." "We can't risk it," croaked Ambassador Ziri of the craft. "Human soldiers, they don't break. They don't surrender. They destroy. They don't even enjoy it. They just complete the mission, no matter what." Carter's lips twitched. "You're not wrong." A silence followed, thick and suffocating. Then, the speaker for the assembly, the AI-integrated Kalari diplomat known as 0.7.2, said the words that would alter galactic history. "For the safety of all sentient life, the use of human ground forces is henceforth banned under Article 79A." Unanimous vote. And so was done. 2. The return. But that was 5 years ago. And now, the Vrahl had reached Elyssar, the jewel of the Concord, a cultural and economic capital. Its fall would fracture the alliance. The Vrahl knew it. Everyone did. The Elyssar High Council begged for help. Admiral Sorix of the Avri flock stood in the command chamber, watching the latest feed of burning cities and mass graves. "We can't hold another day," he said to his aide. "Where is the fleet?" "Still 12 hours out." "We don't have 12. The transmission was interrupted. A new figure appeared. Humanoid, clad in jet-black combat armor with no insignia. Only a single identifier scrolled at the bottom of the screen. TD-09, Carter, M. The Avri Admiral froze. "You. This is illegal," he stammered. "Article 79A prohibits human deployment under Concord Command," Carter said. "We're not under Concord Command. You'll start a war. We're finishing one." Then the signal cut. 3. Ground Zero. Elyssar's eastern continent had already fallen. 3 Vrahl fortresses dominated the skyline. Anti-air cannons, bioplasmic infantry, and mine-shock weapons were entrenched deep. The local defense grids were gone. At 0400 hours, something dropped from orbit. Not ships, pods, thousands of them. Silent, fast, undetectable by Vrahl sensors until impact. Each was a coffin-sized capsule, packed with a single Terran soldier. They didn't wait for orders. They didn't speak. They moved. Through jungle, through fire, through walls and steel and flesh. They came with blades, railguns, and exoskeletons so advanced they danced through bullets. But that wasn't the scary part. The Vrahl were hardened warriors. Pain didn't matter. Death was honorable. But these humans, they didn't hesitate. They didn't pause for breath. They fought as if the universe had personally offended them. 4. The other side. Vrahl Commander Thran watched the feeds from Fortress Vexel with disbelief. 35 divisions gone? His lieutenant stammered. "We're getting strange readings. The humans, some of them, don't sleep. Their neural patterns are cyber-augmented. They operate on stim pulses and auto-repair systems." "What are the prisoners?" "There are none." Thran turned slowly. "None. Human doctrine doesn't include capture. Only objectives. He stood in silence. His hand trembled. And for the first time in Vrahl history, they retreated. Not because of superior numbers. Not because of overwhelming power. But because they were afraid. 5. Banned for a reason. The battle lasted 18 hours. 18. Not days. Not weeks. The Vrahl strongholds were neutralized, clean, precise, and total. When the rest of the Concord fleets arrived, all that remained were empty shells of the Vrahl fortresses and black banners marked with the Terran emblem. A broken sword wrapped in a red spiral. Admiral Sorix landed on the charred surface, stepping through the debris. There, waiting for him, was Carter. "Why?" Sorix asked. "Why do you fight like this?" Carter looked out over the ruined battlefield. "You banned us because you were scared. Not of what we do, but how we do it. You fear our focus, our commitment. But that's the point. We fight to end wars, not win them, not prolong them." Sorix's feathers rippled. "You could have wiped them all out." Carter's eyes narrowed. "We could have. We didn't. But you—" "Article 79A stays in place," she interrupted. "You were right to pass it. We're not meant for your wars. Then why come now?" She looked to the sky, where more pods were rising into orbit. "Because sometimes you need monsters to kill monsters." 6. Aftermath. A new resolution was drafted. Article 79A remained, but with one amendment. In the event of extinction-level threat to Concord civilizations, a Terran combat detachment may be authorized with unanimous approval. It passed, unanimously. And while most member species rested easy knowing the humans were back in their cages, a few remembered Elyssar. A few remembered the cold precision, the terrifying silence of human advance, and the whispered phrase left carved in the walls of Fortress Vexel. "We weren't born for war. You made us perfect for it." 7. The truth. Years later, a historian from the Othelian archive interviewed Carter on a civilian channel. "Is it true you were under no official orders? That Earth didn't authorize the drop?" Carter smiled. "It's true." "Then who gave the command?" She leaned forward. "We did." "Who's we?" She looked into the lens. "Everyone who remembers what happens when good people wait too long. Everyone who lost someone to monsters and decided never again. We didn't ask for permission." She paused. "Because we already knew the answer."